Hello, welcome to the Poke Corner, the channel where we do everything Pokemon. Now, before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more video content and more news, Pokemon news. I'm with Billy and Mateo. Billy, you saw in the Pokemon Snap video, and Mateo, you've seen in our Pokemon teams.
What's up, guys?
So, we're just gonna go right into it and all the changes. So, Billy, you mind reading this for us?
Yep. We have some big news with a brand new format. So, to start, Series 10 is similar to Series 8 in the sense that you are allowed only one restricted. We predicted that we'd be allowed 2 restricted, but once again, we're only allowed 1 restricted Pokemon. However, the big difference here is that Dynamax is banned.
Yeah.
You cannot Dynamax.
Yeah, that's really
So
big.
Rest in
it
peace.
changes a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Mhm.
It really does, actually. So, let's scroll down a little bit. Look at all the restricted
Alright.
Pokemon.
So these are all the restricted Pokemon. You only get to choose one of them, and these are all of your choices.
But
Just to clarify, the mythicals down here are still banned. You
sadly,
cannot use these Pokemon.
My beloved Mew. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
And by
Banned!
extension of Dynamax being banned, Gigantamax is also banned.
By the way, if you guys saw in the title, yes, a Dynamax Magikarp is banned. Just letting you guys know.
Yes, because
For
all
those-
of time.
For those really hardcore sweeper teams with Dynamax Magikarp, I'm sorry for you guys.
But
Let me just scroll back up to the top.
all right.
Yeah.
So just to recap real quick, it's 1 restricted, Dynamax is banned. So what does this all mean?
Well, I think now this is a completely conspiracy on me. This is completely a bizarre theory, but to be honest, I think they're preparing us for possible new rule changes if the VGC format is going to be changed to the shifted to the Diamond and Pearl remakes, because there's going to be no Dynamax, and they probably will be all legendary. They'll probably be legendaries allowed. I think this is setting us up to get used to those rules.
It's possible, but I could see it going either way. I could see them switching to Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, or staying with Sword and Shield.
Now, there's another bizarre thing that I have in mind, is that Legends Arceus could have some sort of VGC content. Maybe they have a separate thing besides the game with the graphics, the same graphics as Legends Arceus, except there's going to be VGC battles in Legend Arceus. Is this a possibility, Billy?
We really don't know. Anything can happen at this point.
Yeah.
All we could do is guess. So I guess for now, let's just focus on the present and talk about the meta for Series 10.
All right.
What
yeah,
changes? Who benefits and who loses from this?
Well,
Because there's a lot to break down, because Pokemon Showdown has already been pushing Series 10. They've been holding tournaments, and there are sites you can go to practice on Series 10 ladder.
now
People are already hopping on this.
let's get one thing straight. The teams that me and Mateo have been creating will be just the same, if not better, in Series 10.
Perhaps the shift is. We'll talk about that still. We'll go around it. When we get up to me, I'll tell you about the changes that might affect weather and terrain. But that's when we get up to me. So I say Billy starts. Devin, you give your input, and then go back to me, and then we'll come back together and see what we want to say.
Okay, Billy,
Just-
you start off with your ideas.
To start right off the bat, I personally think the if I'd say like the 4 biggest legendaries are going to be Zacian, Calyrex, Xerneas, and Kyogre. Zacian is just insane. There's no question about that. It's no surprise this thing's a demon. Calyrex and Xerneas, I actually think benefited a lot from Dynamax being removed.
I would say so, yeah.
Dynamax being gone means that Calyrex it means that you don't have the extra bulk from doubling your HP to tank Calyrex's onslaught of attacks like Astral Barrage. So Calyrex doesn't have too hard of a time just kind of steamrolling through teams. And Xerneas also benefits big time because Dynamax doubles your HP, and since Dynamax is gone, that means you don't have it as an option to tank Xerneas' Geomancy boosted attacks. So all of a sudden, Xerneas is hitting a lot harder.
That is...
Yeah.
And Kyogre is just gonna be and Kyogre, although I don't think it'll be as defining as it was in Series 8, I think will still be very good and with rain boosted water spout, origin pulse, that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
That's a team we're gonna be releasing later when Series 10 comes out.
So we're gonna make a modification to our water team that we made.
Completely different. No one's the same.
No one's gonna be the same, and it's gonna be Kyogre. So.
And you're gonna see some really interesting Pokemon that aren't even like played anymore are gonna be coming back, and people are gonna be struggling. It's gonna be amazing. But like, you'll see when it happens,
And
guys.
another tweak that we have to make is the true Ace team with Calyrex instead of Dragapult. It is going to be absolutely broken. This was the original Ace team, by the way. It had Calyrex on it. So, if you really think about it, I asked Billy this question before, but what is the counter if I send out a Regidrago and a Calyrex right off the bat?
Well, I mean, they can snarl.
Yes, but as Billy said, as Billy said before, yeah, just switch into Feeny and hope for the best.
Yeah. The only other thing that can kill Calyrex that are like actual ways are priority moves and bulk.
But they'll have to have Indity to cover for that, and also...
Or speed control, perhaps. Speed control can like shift the like priority tailwinds or like stack trick rooms. You'll be able to like have a chance to maybe Oko the Calyrex since it doesn't have the best bulk in the world.
That is true.
Mm-hmm. We'll see when the time comes.
We will see. Alright, Mateo, now you're up. Let's hear it.
Alright. What I think about Series 10, like the boosts, the people who are going to be like really buffed, I feel are going to be weather teams. I think the cool thing about this is usually if you're fighting in a weather team, opposing weather team, you'll send out a Pokemon to change the weather, you know, like say they're rocking like a rain team, you can use like Max Flare, change the weather on them, disrupt their Swift Swim, disrupt everything, so just completely screw them up. Say it's a hail team, you could completely nullify Aurora Veil if they were to use like any other weather move or whatever that could change the weather. Max Flare, Max Geyser, Max Rockfall, any of those things could always disrupt you. Another thing that I think is going to be very prevalent are going to be...
You can also disrupt Hail with a light breeze.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Another thing that's going to be definitely prevalent are going to be the terrains. There's no more shifting terrains, so remember how like if someone were to yawn you, right? You could set up an electric terrain. You could like be on the field a lot longer. You didn't have to worry that much. Now like little things like yawn, hypnosis, priority moves, if you don't have the psychic terrain, they're going to be pretty threatening. So I don't know. That's just a little input that I have. What do you say to that, Billy? Do you agree with that or like somewhat agree?
I definitely agree. I think weather and terrain overall will be a little more consistent now that you don't have so many ways to change them so easily. Like with with max moves. I also wanted to take some time to discuss with you what Series 9 Pokemon, like not talking restricteds, what Series 9 Pokemon do you think are big benefits and big losers from this?
Well,
Okay.
I'm gonna say that Mr. Alecki is gonna benefit quite a bit.
Definitely. I feel a lot of offensive mods like Alecki that no longer have that will benefit a lot now that you can't absorb hits with Dynamax. Because Dynamax, a lot of people think of it as an offensive tool, and it is, but it's also a really good defensive tool. And I think Series 10 is going to show us just how difficult some of these offensive threats like Alecki can be to deal with. Now that we can't Dynamax instantly double our HP when we feel like it.
Alright, so now I want to bring up my points, and I have a very, very good one right off the bat. So, we're going to talk about Dynamax moves.
Wait, hold on. I still want to go with the Pokemon.
Okay.
Another thing that, guys, I think about who's going to benefit Pokemon are maybe there are going to be some new setup strategies, because I remember with Dynamax and like Gigantamax, it was very hard to have a setup team. Like if you tried to like stockpile, bulk up, you really couldn't like charge up because people could just max and shut you down with a really powerful move. So I think you're gonna have to look out to make sure that they're not like trying any like funny business.
Yeah.
And if they are, you're gonna have to find another way to like shut them down really quickly with like another powerful attack.
Yeah,
so,
Ferrothorn and Registeel definitely benefit, I feel.
Exactly, right? Those are the two guys,
Wait,
And
so
Taka maybe as well.
So there's one
potentially.
There is one thing I would like to add. So there's been one revolutionary Dynamax move that has pretty much shifted the meta ever since Sword and Shield came. What is that move, guys?
Oh,
Max
G-Max
Airstream.
Exactly.
Max
G-Max Airstream. So without G-Max Airstream, Tailwind teams are gonna have a field day. Or
Tailwind,
That's probably against Trick Room. But
Trick Room. Trick Room team.
Tailwind is one of the more consistent forms of speed. Like without Airstream, you're more hard pressed to find easy ways for speed control.
Yeah. So there's no G-Max Airstream, so a lot of people have centered their teams around that one move. So they're gonna have to adapt and find new strategies out, which I think is great because we don't want an overruling move that kind of just is there forever.
I mean, Airstream was a great move. I felt was pretty healthy.
It was. Yeah. But yeah, those are our opinions. Do we have anything else to share, guys?
Let's see.
Let's see. I think there were a few more points I want to make. Oh yeah, Sun gets hurt by this for sure. No longer having access to Gigantamax Venusaur or Charizard is definitely a big deal. However, I still feel that Sun's going to be at least solid regardless. But it's definitely gonna take a big hit.
It will.
Like there are like little things that they can do. Perhaps like giving Charizard maybe choice specs and like heat wave kind of stuff.
Venusaur's Fate Powder is still gonna be really scary. Oh,
Yeah,
I cut
exactly.
you off, I'm sorry.
No, that's alright. But I'm just saying like heat wave, like maybe like give them some specs, like supplement for that like power decrease. You could do stuff like that since they can't Dynamax as well. You know, might as well give yourself a little boost.
That's true. The choice items are definitely going to I feel are going to become bigger now that like you don't have to worry about them being dead weight when you Dynamax.
Yeah.
And like it was easier before. Like you could think, all right, that Charizard, or like even on the Sun teams, like that Charizard's not going to have a choice item obviously because they'd want to max, right? And when you max, the choice items wouldn't have any effects to like kind of balance it out. But now, yeah, like Billy said, definitely choice items are going to be very scary and threatening.
Yeah. Any other points, guys?
Hold on. Let's just think real quick.
All right.
I mean, I guess for the most part, we'll just have to wait and see. We'll just have to let the meta develop and see where it goes.
That is true. That is true.
Yes.
Although I do want to make one more point and say Urshifu is going to be 2 points actually. First of all, Urshifu is going to be incredibly scary now that Max Guard isn't a thing.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot.
Yeah. So we're all
Oh,
gonna
that
have
is
some
true.
fun. And Galarian Zapdos, I think, is going to be a lot better. The premier Defiant user now that Thundurus Defiant Thundurus isn't going to be that good. Because Defiant Thundurus really relied on its Dynamax capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
And without Dynamax, it doesn't get great moves to really do anything with Defiant. So, I think Defiant Thundurus is going to fall out of favor, and Galarian Zapdos will be a more popular Defiant user.
Yeah.
I can see what you're getting at. Also, like, Defiant is going to be also very scary because now you're not getting saved from the +1 or +2 attack boosts from, like, Dynamax. You might get knocked out in one shot. Like, there's a lot of OHKO potential right there.
Oh yeah, Dynamax mods all of a sudden have a lot more, like Galarian Zapdos also has more OHKO potential now.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing some testing and I was finding Galarian Zapdos, like, at +1 could, like, one-shot stuff like Yveltals and, like, even, like, fairly bulky neutral targets were not safe.
Dang, okay.
All right. So I think we'll wrap it up right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good time, and make sure to turn on those notifications if any more new Pokemon news is rounding about, because we'll get right to it. See you guys next video.
All right. See ya.